Welcome all my beautiful Irish people, patriots and citizens alike of Ireland. Today is January 1st, 2025 and we have another reaction to Kieran Cuddily on Newstalk. They say the first day of 2025 is what you're going to do throughout the whole year. Today I worked out, I ate really healthy, and also we're going to critique the government. Isn't that a big surprise? This one is going to be the best video I've ever done in terms of reacting to Newstalk and how they're just bought and paid for, explaining to my beautiful patriots and nationalists alike that the agenda is on a bad downward trajectory from these people. So this one's going to be insane. Like the video, comment down below what you all think. I know you guys always support me in these videos. They always get more views than the actual Newstalk videos, so I really appreciate that. Today, the name of the video is called Their Agenda is Hate, the FAR agenda and how to counteract it. Okay, the FAR agenda and how to counteract it. We all know what he's talking about today. And not only do we have the dumbass Kieran Cuddily, we also have a man named Brendan Ogle, okay, who's a senior officer of Unite Trade Union, to discuss the far right agenda during protests and how to counteract it. Now, obviously, like I said, guys, we're going to be breaking this one down really specifically. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and like I said, you know, for those who don't like my accent or anything like that, guys, you know, you can make fun of certain things about me all you like, but there's one thing you can't call me, is a bitch, okay? And a lot of people in this country are too scared to call out the shit that needs to be called out, so I'll do the honors.
That's how the far right works. It turns justified anger of people, and we are entitled to be angry about Dara O'Brien not building bloody houses. I'm angry about it. We're entitled to be angry. But they turn that justified anger on Ukrainians, on Afghans fleeing the Taliban, on Syrians fleeing al-Assad, and unfortunately...
Wait, what? I've never met one person that's against Ukrainians, that's against Afghans, that's against anyone from any part of the world in Ireland. Why would anyone in Ireland care about anyone in other parts of the world? Our own countries have our own difficulties. There's nothing to do with us, guys. Those, you know, those wars and those sort of things that happen abroad, those have nothing to do with us, okay? You know, unfortunately, the responsibility is not ours, okay? We're Ireland. We're a sovereign country. We're on our own. You know, we don't have to help out the world, guys.
They've hit on an issue at this moment in time that has connected. Their agenda is hate. They hate different colour, different culture, different language, different nationality. It's amazing they manage to coalesce internationally themselves at all, but they do.
Oh, this guy is an absolute fool, guys. So, it's hilarious to me. I've never met a person, conservative person, because that's what they say when you're far right in this country, right? They call it's a conservative person, a true heart and heart, with social issues, okay? Economically, you can be probably, you know, even more liberal, whatever you guys want, whatever you are economically. But socially, I have never met a foreign person from Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, China, Russia. I've never met anyone from Eastern Europe that agrees with the weirdo Marxist, communist weirdo agendas that they have. I've never met one. Have you? I don't think so, buddy.
Different culture, different language, different nationality. It's amazing they manage to coalesce internationally themselves at all, but they do. So that's their...
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Their agenda. Their agenda is to promote hate. Their effect is to misdirect justifiable anger on issues such as housing onto people who don't deserve that anger, Ukrainians fleeing war. But there are other...
See, this guy is using selective phrasing here. No one's against Ukrainians fleeing war. No one's against that. What people are against is the EU mass deporting people into places that, you know, where they should be solving the issues. You know, they don't want to solve issues with Russia, a lot of people. Okay, they just want to keep that war keep going. All right, the big people in charge. Okay, it's all about making money.
Effect, and this was the effect in Germany in the 1930s. Their other effect is to protect the people who are really causing the problems. Oxfam published a report a couple of weeks ago. 2 people in this country own as much wealth as the bottom 50%. The protests aren't directed at those 2 people.
Well, we don't know who those 2 people are. I'm saying the people. Okay, we don't know who those 2 people are, and somebody has to own all the wealth eventually. I mean, that's how it is. Okay, I'm not for distributing wealth to people just because you sit in your ass all day and don't do any work. I'm definitely not for that, guys. I'm for people that put the graft in. Okay. Secondly, the economy is bad not only because there's way too many people because of the housing crisis. We're just putting in more people into the housing crisis. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen eventually. You know, you're just going to have like families of 15 people sleeping on the floors in some of these semi-detached houses, you know, in the rural West or flipping Dublin or something like that. I don't really know what's going to happen. But yeah, when there's too many people in your economy, guys, that's obviously not a good thing. Okay, but the people in charge don't care about it, guys, because they can just keep making more and more money. But it sucks for the people down below. But of course, the big fat cats with all the money up above, yeah, it's fine for them.
Protests aren't directed at the tax scammers. The protests aren't directed at the people sitting on land banks not building public housing. The protests are pointed at black people, at people from other countries, at people from other races and other religions. It's about hate.
Like I said, I've never met a person from Africa, Middle East, and I know a lot of them, that aren't based and conservative people. Okay, they're not for any of this T agenda. Okay, they're not for any of this like pushing gay stuff. They're not for any of that stuff. You all know what I'm talking about. I have to kind of speak in whatever, some crazy language because I'm not allowed to speak openly on YouTube. But everyone from the Middle East, Japan, Southeast Asia, Africa, everyone from these countries is not for those agendas. I've never met anybody ever. Their religions don't allow it. Their culture doesn't allow it. So this guy's full of shit, guys. Like, do you guys even know any of these people? Does this guy even know any people? Like, bro, don't even get me started.
And how then do you speak to those people who are protesting because they are angry about all of the things that they should be angry about, as you describe it? They're justifiably angry about housing, they're justifiably angry about health, they're justifiably angry about poverty, whatever it happens to be, they're justifiably angry over. And their anger and their frustration and maybe their marginalisation has been co-opted by these malign actors on the right. How do you... And I made this a question I'm asking to the media, and I don't want to get kind of accused of navel gazing too much here, but how do you speak to those people and address those issues without being accused of kind of platforming these fringe elements?
Bro, this guy is such a flippin' dork, bro. He is such a dork, bro. Like, listen, when you have a guy running around Dublin stabbing kids, right? Because this is what people were rioting about. It's not that people from Algeria are bad. I'm sure 99% of people, I'm sure even like 99.999, like everyone coming from Algeria here is bad. But when you have one tiny guy, because one apple spoils the bunch, when you have one guy running around stabbing kids, that's it, guys. Playtime is over. You can't come here no more. You know, you can't just have terrorist shit going on in the country. Or, at least, at the very least, vet people very well. You know, and... you know, extremely limit the numbers of like people that have no passports or that seeking asylum because you don't know what crazy background they could be coming from. You know, dude, people in this country do not know true violence. Like, it's insane what could happen. So, you know, we're gonna let stuff happen and let stuff play out, see what happens, guys.
Well, look,
because kind of when temperatures get heated, suddenly nuance. It's very hard to find the kind of the nuance in the middle.
Well, it is. First of all, what's lacking here in working class people who are being sucked in, who are genuinely angry and sucked in, what's lacking is what I call, might sound like a dinosaur here, but what's lacking here is a class analysis. What's lacking here is an awareness among the working class, and it's mostly happening among the working class, and I'm working class. What's lacking here is an awareness among certain segment of the working class as to why we are suffering, why we aren't getting houses, why we aren't getting the public services that our taxes pay for, and why other people are getting away with not all that stuff, right? So that's lacking. So the solution then is to have conversations like this, to go into the communities, to deal with people at a local level, to smally educate, to bring awareness, to bring discussion. And
you guys hear the condescending bullshit tone this asshole has? I mean, what a piece of shit, guys. We have to go in and educate working class people that it's okay to get your job taken by some guy who's been here 2 days ago. And this is not for just the Irish people, guys. There are a lot of people here for the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years that may be German, that may be whatever, Eastern European, that may even be African. You know, there are some families that are, you know, been here for hundreds of years. like they're taking opportunities away from them as well. It's not just like a full, oh, you're taking a job from white man and that's why you're bad. That's like a racial thing. This is more of an EU controlling the people, the puppets pulling the strings, and then they're having to do what we have to, what they say. And when you're a condescending piece of shit like that, guys, oh, we have to go in and educate the people, like we don't know what's going on. The reason why people were going crazy and stuff is because we know what's going on, and we're waking up to the crazy agendas and shit. You understand? You understand, guys? He's trying to play that sort of psychological warfare game where he's throwing it back on us, the people. Oh, you don't really know. You're not educated. Really? I'm not educated. I speak better than you. I'm quicker than you. This guy looks like a damn, I don't know what the hell he even is, but nothing on any of us. And that's what they're trying to be, condescending towards the people. I mean, completely stupid guy, man.
This to go into the communities, to deal with people at a local level, to smally educate, to bring awareness, to bring discussion.
What?
And that is happening. You know, people are doing that in political parties. What's also necessary, and I am going to challenge the media, Kieran, not you per se, but I am.
Oh, finally, he just realized what he said. I think he just said educate people in a condescending tone, and I think he just kind of backtracked, like he sidetracked. He said, oh, I actually now understand what I'm doing, what I'm saying.
I'm going to challenge the media. I was having conversations with journalists in this town, coffees, a couple of years ago, when the Gemma O'Doherty stuff was running amok, right? And I made a complaint to the police about that, and I was discussing with some journalists.
Oh, he made a complaint to the police about a woman. Oh, these are the bitches we allow on the radio. Guys, I have no respect for any of these men. They're just bitches, man. I don't know how you guys respect any of these men. Some guy, he would never stand up for himself, guys. Like, I bet this guy gets like bullied his whole life and shit. This guy would never stand up for shit, guys. Like, this is the shit. This is the people we have in media, guys. Really? Biggest bitches ever, man. Watch my channel, bro. Don't watch these fools, man. These fools will bring you down. They're trying to divide people. I'm over here trying to motivate people. All right, uplift. I'm an uplifting guy. These people put you down. It's crazy shit ever. Demeaning, condescending. We need to educate people because you guys are all retards. You guys can't think for yourself. We need to educate people. Oh shit, man.
Muck, right? And I made a complaint to the police about that, and I was discussing with some journalists, and there was a clear narrative then. Don't platform it, don't give it attention, it'll go away. It doesn't go away. Ooh. They wait until the right issue comes along. Repeal wasn't the right issue. COVID wasn't quite the right issue. Masks wasn't the right issue. But now, with the international emergency of 100 million displaced people, they've hit on an issue.
Yeah, guys, 100 million displaced people. I mean, whose fault is that? Is that the fault of the people? Putting 10,000 people into Clare or whatever, guys, that doesn't really solve any issue. You have to go to these countries and actually help solve them from the roots. Like, if there's a war happening somewhere, or if there's displacement of people, I mean, we need to solve this issue, guys. You don't just put off people into some flippin', a random, place in flippin' Carlo or something. Like, that's just complete idiocracy. I actually think that Newstalk, guys, they are the worst platform on the whole internet. Like, the shit that they come out with, man. Like, he said that they waited after the sea, they waited for the mask stuff, they waited for the referendum. I talked about the referendum. Like, people aren't against whatever, gay people and stuff. I mean, that's insane. What is this, the 80s? Nobody's against that. What people are against is teaching it to people, making it cool, trying to make it sort of like this kind of like fun thing that everyone can be like that, when in reality it's like a very, very fringe, like maybe 0.01% of people, maybe 3% of people are gay or whatever, guys. And nobody's against anyone that has any sexual tendencies. I mean, that's insane. Like I said, it's not the 80s. What people are against is have these big conglomerates, LGBT, all this stuff, and they're putting people into groups, and now they're saying it's us against them, and it's like, it's absurd. And these guys are being intellectually dishonest and disingenuous when they talk about these topics, guys. Hopefully I broke this one down enough for you all to understand what I'm talking about, okay? Literally, this video was put up last year around the same time. Actually, it was 2 years ago, and I actually didn't get a chance to react to it, but I'm kind of slowly working my way through all the Newstalk stuff, slowly working my way through all the RT stuff, and trying to give you guys, you know, what's the scale, what's the story with all this stuff, guys? Because I find it just absolutely insane that they're trying to label people a certain thing, because, you know, people don't deserve to have, you know, massive amounts of people coming to their country if they don't want that shit. That's not, I mean, it's not going to end anyways. So I don't know, like, what they think, that people are going to somehow stop that, you know, somehow. Or, you know, the reason that this guy from, you know, wherever he was, I didn't really know where he is from, I think they said Algeria, but stabbed 3 kids or 5 kids or whatever, you know, that's why people are mad. And they're really being intellectually dishonest. They do not believe that themselves. You understand? One last point. My last video that I did, if you guys can remember, I'll try to put up a picture here. If I forget, you know, ignore me. But I put up a video about Kieran Cuddily versus like the native Irish people. He had like a checklist of all the people that are natively Irish. Could you imagine? He was basically saying that no Irish person is Irish. Could you imagine if someone from Japan did that list? Like, they'd be laughed out of the country. They'd have no job the next day because they have a sense of nationalism and patriotism, right? Could you imagine if a Ghanaian man said that about his own people? There's no such thing as a Ghanaian man. There's no such thing as a man from Brazil. Like that, bro, they would get laughed. They might even get flipping arrested for saying that dumb shit. You know, but in this country, for some reason, you know, we say there's no such thing as Irish people. I mean, guys, these guys are intellectually dishonest. They hate the people. They hate us. They hate me and you. Do not watch that show anymore, guys. I advise everyone to stop watching mainstream media immediately. They're trying to manipulate you. It's a psyop, psychological warfare. I love you all. Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to support me as well on Patreon, link is in the description. For just €5 a month, price of a coffee, you can support me, behind the scenes content, blocked videos, and keep putting out this message. I love you all, and I'll see you guys all in the next one, man. Peace.